because this time 12 months ago I was actually at the base of BenNevis. And so it's a strange name for a dog.
It is, and it wouldn't have been the name I probably would have given him. That was the name his previous owner had given him. His owner passed away through cancer and asked if I would take Ben on. But he named him BenNevis because that was his favourite place in the world, and so we've kept the name because he knows it. And yes, when he's in trouble, like I think everybody knows. Interestingly, his name gets extended to BenNevis.
What is that when he's in trouble?
Yes, as it happens.
I want to talk about the agility section shortly if I can.
Absolutely.
But first, just about this breed. I mean, this is a breed you've got to exercise regularly, isn't it?
They're a very active dog. A lot of their activities that you need to do is actually making them use their brains, because they are very active and you could walk them every day, 3 times a day if you wanted to, but because they are so active, that just builds up their stamina, so they're going to want more and more exercise. So it's very much about giving that balance of exercise, which might be walking, but also brain training, and that could be through tricks and agility, things like that as well. Aurora has done herding as well as agility and dancing with dogs and rally vehicles. Aurora's a rally champion.
Dancing with dogs? I was trying to see that.
And Lynne is your person to talk to for that, because Lynne actually trials in dancing with dogs.
Well, we've got dancing with dogs next Saturday afternoon in the dog pavilion.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, have they had any contact with sheep, the livestock?
Yes. So Aurora has got her herding started titles in both sheep and ducks. And once I retire her from agility, which will probably be within the next year and a half time, because she's 11, she'll be going back to the dogs and more herding, because she absolutely loves it.
Are you on the land?
My parents have 10 acres, so not really. We usually go out to Murray Bridge or to Aurora, where people have training places there, and can go and do that.
Yeah. And as a breed, do they tend to get on with other dogs?
They do. I think these two specifically, I would say they can be kind of an aloof breed, and being from herding stock especially, so they are herding dogs, they will often be able to they'll choose which dogs they like, which ones they don't really like, and my two will actually avoid the other dogs if they don't want to have contact. But they usually get along with everyone. I'm just noticing Ben's trying to.
Benji? We'll be calling you Benjamin in a Ben. Yeah. Are they inside or outside dogs?
Both, but they predominantly inside. They sleep on the bed.
Oh, no wonder they do what you tell them to do. So, Lynne Stapylton, who looks after the agility dogs, how do we define the agility category, if you like? What is agility work?
So agility is an Australia-wide recognised sport through Dog Australia, and it has its own set of rules and dogs to compete. In agility, they go around a course which is set by a judge. We have Joe Coomer in, who's coming from New South Wales to judge our agility competition this afternoon, put the dogs through their paces. So Joe will set courses which will have jumps, it'll have a seesaw, it'll have a dog walk, it'll have a scramble, it'll have levers, and the dogs will negotiate their way around her course.
Okay, and so what does the course involve? Little jumps, seesaws, tubes, anything like that?
Tunnels, jumps, seesaw, dog walk, and an A-frame. So
and is the course timed, or is it an accuracy thing?
it is both. So in order to qualify, a dog must complete the course clear. So don't lock a bar or miss an obstacle or anything like that. And there'll be a course time that the judge will set, and the dog needs to both go clear and within time to qualify.
How is the time set?
So the judge sets the time, the judge has a measuring wheel, and there's a rule set down as how she works out the time.
So the judge will walk around with the wheel, estimate the speed here, and all of that.
That's exactly right.
And is that normally pretty close to the target?
It depends on the dogs again as well. So yes, the course time that is set is one that all dogs could achieve. So that can go from the small dogs, like we've even had 2 hours running, I think. Yeah.
Really?
And
I'm assuming you have to adjust the height of the jumps.
The jump height change, but often the course will be set for a time for all of the dogs, and that will be so the 2 hours right through to larger dogs, golden retrievers, who might be the highest height, and they can achieve.
We get in agility, it's a
Corgis?
sport that, yes, we have some corgis that compete.
I've got to come watch the corgis.
I'm not sure they're in this afternoon, but they compete. They're serving in on Thursday, and they're being part of our set work demonstration. And we've also got a set work demonstration happening next Sunday on the main arena as part of agility. We're certainly going to have a corgi there today.
I've seen a category where you have dogs racing against each other. Upper course where they bounce off a target at the end, get a ball, run backward.
Yes.
As we delve into that here,
Yes, we actually have that happening next Sunday on the main arena. So that sport is called a flyball. So it's a relay race where you have two dogs and they go down over 4 small hurdles. They hit the ball, which releases the ball, grab the ball and run back over the 4 hurdles back to their owner. And it's time, next Sunday on the main arena, that will be happening. We have 2 teams from South Australia, Harry District's Dog Club and Dover Gardens Dog Club. And we have 5 teams coming in from interstate. So it is going to be a huge dog spectacle.
what are these two get involved in that?
No, I haven't done flyball with them, but they will also, well, Aurora will also be on the main arena next Sunday for the demonstration for the general public to come along with to see some agility on the main arena. And there is, I think it is
Scent work as well.
scent work as well, and there is the chance for people if they come along with their children. Children 10 years and over can come up over and they might get a chance to run one of these dogs in an agility course.
Hello, Benjamin. Are you big one? No, Benjamin? I think you are. So they know where the food is. And obviously food is an important tool for training. So take us through the process, if you don't mind, Natalie, of, you've got a young dog, you think I can see some potential here. How do you start that process of training them to be a good dog?
The process actually for training an agility dog to start with is the same process I think for any of the disciplines, and that is doing foundation work. So that is a lot of them being aware of their own bodies. So it's doing activities with them where they might be able to, if they are standing on a pod or something like that, fitness equipment, they're realising they've got to put both front feet on, they move, they put both back feet on, they are moving their bodies in a way so that they are feeling their flexibility. Understanding they've got bottoms, which I think everybody who has a pet dog at home that doesn't know where their bottom is, realises that things get swiped off tables. So teaching them to understand that sort of stuff, and then in agility it slowly builds up to, you might put a bar out on the ground and when they go over it you might treat them. And it's not always food oriented. Some people's dogs don't care about food and that might be a toy. So if they've done what you want them to do, you throw the toy at them to play. So slowly you build it up until they are focused on all of the actual obstacles in the equipment rather than just you. And then that builds up to being able to put together a whole course.
The discipline I'm always intrigued by is the flow, in and out of the sticks.
The weavers.
Is that what it's called?
Weavers,
The
yes.
weavers. How do you teach them to do that?
There are lots of different ways of teaching weavers, so I don't think I could go through all of them. For my 2 dogs, I have taught them, well, Aurora more than Ben, to do what we call 2x2. So you teach them to start with just 2 poles, and they work out to go in a tree where they need to, because they have to go in a certain position, and then as they build that up, you slowly add more poles to them so that they can work to go through it. And yeah, over time, hopefully, fingers crossed, they get faster and faster over time.
And what you will notice here is that these dogs, number one with our competing dogs is they don't carry any excess weight.
No.
So we keep these dogs in very, very good physical condition so that there's absolutely no strain on the dog. So our number one emphasis, as you heard Nat say, these dogs sleep on their soulmates. Our number one aim in all of this is to keep our dogs safe and maintain our dogs so that they're active, healthy and loving it.
And I assume that includes things like dental care, doesn't it? Yeah. What gorgeous. Do you ever get angry?
I have to be honest, I think everybody has their moments with their dogs. A classic example for me was, I think I even rang my mum to come and collect my dogs last Friday, because they had managed to grab a whole packet of cinnamon rolls, and when I came out ready to go to work, the cinnamon rolls were all gone. And so to make sure my dogs were okay, I asked my parents to come collect them and keep an eye on them for the day. So that was wonderful to have people to be able to do that. But yes, they can be mischievous, and they did get told off at that particular moment.
Yeah.
But I was more worried about
The dogs,
that they were okay.
Yeah, well, I have a granddaughter who loves grapes, and unfortunately we left a bowl of grapes at dog height. And Seth came and I didn't notice about grapes, but some dogs can have a terrible reaction to grapes. So down to the vet, and that was her least favourite visit to the vet, that's for sure. Because they had to make her vomit. It's strange though, isn't it? Because it's not unusual for border collies in particular to be video dogs, where they would eat grapes all the time.
I think they'd be trained not to, because they are toxic to dogs. And you can train dogs not to take certain foods.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing the boat over. Are you confident?
Am I confident?
Yeah.
I always have trust in my dogs. It really does depend on the day, on how things will go. If BenNevis actually manages to pass his novice jumping today, he will have his title. And this shows the extreme differences between my two dogs. They're about the same age, but Ben is still in novice jumping.
At 11 years old?
At 11 years old.
Wow.
That's the lowest class.
Then you can be better.
And Aurora is aiming to, by the end of the year, try to achieve her agility champion. And that's in Masters agility and jumping.
You discourage them looking? Sorry about that.
I don't mind. Yes, I'm not huge. It's more of a problem if you know what they might have been doing prior to them looking in.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, Natalie, thank you. And then thank you for coming. And Ben, you're a star, and Aurora, so are you.
So yes, so this afternoon, agility. Tomorrow afternoon we have the agility games, and next Sunday we have the agility demo out of the
Okay, all right.
Action-packed week.
Well, I think we're talking again next Saturday, aren't we, I think? Yeah, I think we are. All right, cool.
Thank you very much.
Please give them a round of applause.